How to order and compare fractions. 2/7 compared to 5/7. Now, comparing fractions and seeing which one's larger and which one's smaller when the denominator's the same is really easy. 2/7 is less than 5/7. We're going to use these inequality signs, so we've got these ones which you'll be familiar with. So 5/7 is greater than 2/7, or 2/7 is less than 5/7. Really straightforward. If the denominator is different, however, it makes it a little bit more tricky. So let's say if we're comparing a half with 4/10. So we're going to see which one is smaller and which one is larger. Now what we need to do is we need to find the lowest common multiple. This is exactly the same as what we do when we add and subtract fractions. So we're going to write out our 2's and our 10's. And snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to multiply this numerator here by 5. This is the 2's by 5, and this is the first multiple here, so 4/10 will be multiplied by 1. So once we've done that, we write out our answers. 5/10, and 1 times 4 is 4. So that's there. And now we can compare them. You can see that because the denominator is the same now, it's easy to compare. 5/10 is greater than 4/10. Therefore, a half is greater than 4/10. Let's look at another one. Let's look at 3/4 and 4/5. Same method, different denominators. We need to find the lowest common multiple. 4's and 5's. And snap. Snap. There we go. 20 is the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we multiply by 5, by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Times by 4, times by 4. 8 times 5 is 15 over 20. This is 16 over 20. Denominator is the same, easy to compare. So you can see that 4/5 is 16 out of 20, which is larger than 15 out of 20, which is the same as 3/4. So this is tiny little bit more, 1 part out of 20 larger. So our arrow this time will go this way. 4/5 is greater than 3/4. Now you might get a question that asks you to order 3 or 4 fractions and put them in order. Normally from smallest to largest, that's in ascending order, smallest to largest. So let's look at one of those. Let's say we have 7/8, 5/6, and 3/4, and we want to put them in order from smallest to largest. Different denominators, we need to find the lowest common multiple. So we're going to do 8, 6, and 4's. 8, 6, 4. Snap. 24 is our lowest common multiple, so we're looking, as we're writing them out, we're looking for a number that appears in the 8's, the 6's, and the 4's, and the lowest common multiple is 24. So we've got our 8's, we're going to multiply this one by 3. Whatever we do to the numerator must be to the denominator. 6, 1, 2, 3 times by 4. And quarters times by 6. Yep. So we write out the answers. now they're easy to compare. 7/8 is the same as 21 over 24. 5/6 is the same as 20 over 24, and 3/4 is the same as 18 over 24. So you can see the smallest one, so if we order the smallest, is 3/4. So we're going to write out the original fraction, not the number we have with the workings, the original fraction. The smallest is 3/4. And then we've got 5/6, because that's 20, and then the largest is 7/8. Right, let's just have a quick recap. Let's see what we did. So, ordering and comparing fractions. If the denominator is the same, it's really straightforward. 2/7 is less than 5/7, and 5/7 is greater than 2/7. You don't really need to do much maths, you can just look at them. If the denominator is different, we need to find what's called the lowest common multiple. And we've done this when we've added and subtracted fractions, and then we can compare once we've made the denominators the same, like we did here. Okay, and then on more tricky questions, you might have 3 fractions, and you need to find the lowest common multiple of all 3 numbers. Write out the workings, and then remember, when you put them in order, you write out the original fractions, not your workings. So 3/4 is the smallest, and then 5/6, and then the largest is 7/8. And that's how you order and compare fractions.